go ahead and find ourselves on our chairs. Maybe flattening our feet. Try to see in the camera. There we go. All right. Flattening the feet and sitting up nice and tall. Go ahead and begin by, let's roll our shoulders. Let's roll them back. Yeah. And roll them forward. Good. And roll them back. And roll them forward. Good. Let's go ahead and crunch the shoulders up to the ears. And then release that down. Drop your chin to your chest. Let those arms hang by your side, just very heavy. And then lift that head back up to center. Crunch the shoulders up to the ears. And then release heavy arms and drop that chin back to chest. And then lift that head back up to center. Drop right ear towards the right shoulder. As you're doing this, maybe concentrating on the left side, thinking about that left arm being even heavier. And bring that head back to neutral. Drop to the other side. So left ear to left shoulder, right arm, just heavy. And dropping that chin back to chest. Let's go ahead and do half circle shoulder rolls. So right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Do a couple of these or more than a couple. Just some nice head rolls. Maybe as you are circling that, think about each millimeter of that circle and releasing any tension in those neck muscles, upper back muscles, shoulder muscles. And then drop that chin back to chest. Lift that head up center, roll the shoulders back and roll them forward. Good, shake out those arms. Let's look over to the right. So looking to the right, think about the chin going over shoulder. And then looking to left, chin over shoulder. Again, look to the right and look to the left. And back to center, shake the arms out. Let's inhale, sweep our arms up nice and big. And exhale, press this down. And inhale, sweep it up. And exhale, press down. And inhale, sweep up. And exhale, press down. Now you can clasp your hands behind you or grab the back of your chair, whatever feels best for you, whatever helps you open up your chest and lengthen through those arms. We've got those hands behind us. Go ahead and drop your chin back to your chest. Breathe here. Arms stay behind us. Lift that head to center and eyes to the sky. And bring that head back to neutral. Let's go ahead and release our arms. Shake that out. Inhale and sweep it up. And exhale and press. And inhale, sweep up. Go ahead and drop that right arm. Left arm stays up. Reach over. And bring this back to center, but keeping our left arm up. So now we're center. And take your right arm down to the side. And instead of going over like this, we're going to kind of go down. So imagine that you are tilting your whole torso, not imagine, actually tilt your whole torso, but imagine that that right arm is heavy. So to keep your center, to keep your balance, really press into that left foot, press that left glute into the chair. And then bring that back to neutral. Inhale and lift this up. And then exhale, press that down. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale, clasp those hands behind you or reach for the back of the chair again. Opening that up. And then go ahead and drop that chin back to the chest. with the head center, and then let's take our eyes up towards the sky. And then back to center. Good, keeping that open. Go ahead and release those arms. Inhale and sweep this up. And drop that left arm and then reach over. So now we've got that reach with the arch. So that normal reach. And then bring ourselves up and take that arm, left arm right by our side, and tilt that whole torso. So keeping that right foot, right glute into the chair. So now you're getting a lower stretch and lower stretch in that low back. And having to use that core because you automatically had to engage that when you took the whole torso over instead of just reaching over. And then bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale, press down. Good. Inhale and sweep it up again. And exhale. And inhale, sweep up. Let's clasp our hands at the top. Press our palms to the ceiling and lengthen through those arms. So make some space between the ribs, the rib cage. Inhale deep. And exhale, sigh out. Again, inhale deep. And exhale, sigh out. One more time, inhale deep. And exhale, sigh out. Bring those arms down in front of you. Press our palms out. So stomp hands right here. Rotate those wrists. And then rotate the other way. Good. Let's take our arms out. Peripheral vision. So it's that V. Take our palms up. Let's take that bicep curl in and open that up. So we'll take this in and open, keeping those arms nice and lifted. Bring this in and open. And in and open and in and open. This time, let's bring it in and hold it. Let's go ahead and round our spine, take our chin to chest and bring those elbows together. So round this into a little bit of a cat. And then let's open this into a cow. So open that up, arching that spine. Go ahead and round that spine and then arch and round. And arch, and round, and arch. Good, and then back to neutral. Take our arms up, so we've got our cactus arms here, and then take our shoulders down and back, and take those elbows down. So imagining that your shoulder blades are touching. So really trying to squeeze that back. And you can't see your arms anymore in your peripheral because they're so far back here. So if they're not that far back, try and push them back a little bit more so that your chest opens and so that the shoulder blades try and get together. And then bring those arms up and then release that down. Good, shake that out. Inhale and sweep the arms up. And exhale and inhale and sweep. Good, hold this up. Let's drop our left hand to the back of our right shoulder. And then go ahead and drop our right arm down. And we'll just do a little bit of a tricep here and take that arm up. You don't want to put too much pressure on the elbow, on the joint. You can reach for the underneath that joint or on top of that joint, but trying not to pull on that joint too much. I like to go for the bottom of the tricep to pull that over. And then go ahead and release that. Shake those arms out. Sweep the arms up and let's drop that left arm and the right hand is going to go back to that left shoulder. And then let's stretch tricep on this other side. And then go ahead and release that. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. We're going to exhale, dive down and over. So we're going to flatten our chest and belly onto our thighs. And we're going to take our arms out to the side, so like a bird. So we've got our elbows bent and we're lifting our wings up. And then we're going to go ahead and bring them back down to our legs. So we're going to do a few of these reverse flies just to continue to warm up and to add a little bit of strength in here. So letting yourself rest. If there's a lot of space between your belly and your thighs, you can put a blanket here if it's too uncomfortable. We've got ourselves forward and we're going to go ahead and lift into that reverse fly and then bring that back down. And again, lift and bring that back down. Now your gaze, you should be looking slightly forward, like in front of your toes, right forward, because you don't want your neck up here and you don't want to be looking down here. So just right in front of you. So go ahead and lift that up again and lower that down and lift that up and lower that down and lifting that up and lowering that down and lifting that up and lowering that down. Good. Roll your spine up one vertebrae at a time and then come back up to that nice seated position. Body is tall, crown of the head is lifted. Sweep our arms up and press that down and sweep that up and press that down. Let's take our left hand across to the outside of our right thigh, right hand behind us, and first spinal twist. Breathing this here, inhale deep and let the air out. And inhale it again. And exhale. Back to center. Sweep our arms up and then release that down. Take our right arm across to the outside of that left thigh. Left hand reaches for the back of the chair. Twist to the left. Inhale deep. And exhale. And inhale it deep. And exhale. Good. Bring this back to center. Let's bring our arms up right here and we're going to prayer arms or prayer hands. So go ahead and press those hands and you're going to press them as hard as you can together. And we're going to twist to one side and twist to the other side. Now you're only twisting as far as you can before your hip starts to lift. So pressing our feet, pressing our hips, we're going to twist back to center and twist, really pressing our hands together. That helps keep our arms from dropping, really pressing that and twist and back to center and twist and back to center. Twist this time, let's hold it here. Inhale deep, let the air out, back to center. Twist to the other side, keeping those elbows high. Inhale deep. And exhale. And back to center. Good. Shake that out. Inhale up. And exhale, press down. Very nice. Get your blocks ready for our seated sun salutations. If you're going to use blocks today. Have those blocks out in front of us. And we're still seated on the kind of front edge of our chair, with our feet flat into the floor. Let's go ahead and inhale, sweep our arms up, and then let's dive this down and over. Let that belly rest on those thighs once again. And now you can have that head relax down. A small inversion. If that head is able to relax, maybe you're looking down at the back of your chair or at your shins or at your knees. But that head is slightly lower than your heart. Hands are on those blocks. Let's press our palms into the blocks and lengthen through the spine. So we're going to lengthen here, looking forward, and then release that forward fold. Good. Let's inhale, lengthen here, tailbone down, and exhale, release that. And inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, release. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. And inhale, lengthen. Let's hold this lengthen here. Holding this, and you can exhale while we're holding. Press our right palm flat into that block. Let's twist up, spinal twist. And you might not be able to twist up a lot yet, just because we're cold. Or you might be able to because we've already done a few twists. So maybe it's a little warm in that torso. And then bring that hand back down and forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through that spine. And then release that. Inhale, lengthen through that spine. Let's hold this here. You can exhale while we're holding. Press our left palm into that block. Right arm twist up. And bring this back to center. Relax that right here. Inhale, lengthen through that spine. Hold this here. As we're holding, you're going to exhale. Let's take our left hand across to that right block. Take our right hand across to the left. Now, you may have to bring this closer together. You're going to try and press those palms down. They have to be very close together. Trying to press those palms down right here. And lengthen through that spine. So this is a good stretch for your back as well. So try not to round and try not to hold tight tension down in that low back. Allow that spine to lengthen. And then let's go ahead and switch hands. So, or switch across. And really press that. And if you want to, you can be up on your fingertips too. It just depends on how you can, the accessibility for your arms, wrists, shoulders. Good, release that. You place your blocks back to where they were. Forward fold, relax that head and neck. Inhale, sweep our arms up nice and big. Bring hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale and lift. Exhale, dive down and over. Inhale, lengthen through spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Hold here, hands to heart. Hinge forward. Let's take our right tricep to our left thigh. So go ahead and twist this here. Seated spinal twist. Pressing those palms together like we did earlier. So got those prayer hands pressed together very tightly. Good twist. Breathe deeply into this twist. And bring this back to center. Sweep our arms up big. Dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Hold here. Let's hinge this forward, other side. So left tricep to that right thigh. And really pressing those palms together. Twist this here. And breathe. And bring this back to center. Sweep our arms up. Dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then release that. Inhale, sweep our arms up. And release our arms to our sides. Good. We're going to take our legs wide. I'm going to take them to the corner. And we're going to do a seated forward fold here. So sweeping our arms up, we're going to dive it down and over. So if you want to have your blocks here, we're doing that forward fold with the wide legs so that we start to get our hips involved. You can have the blocks here, or if it's available to you, you can put your hands on the floor and let your head lower. And if you want to go even further, when we do our standing forward fold with holding our elbows, you can do that same thing here. So it's that wide forward fold, holding those elbows. If your hip flexors are super tight, like mine, are cramping up, then you can release it and then come back down. Just working however you want, or you can use those blocks and hold those blocks here. So we're just opening up those hips. Preparing ourselves for the rest of the practice today, letting that head be lower than the heart. If you're holding those elbows, you can release those arms and slowly roll this up one vertebrae at a time and roll our shoulders down and back. Good. Bring us back to center. Your blocks off to the side. And then let's go ahead, bring ourselves back, but not all the way back yet. Let's lengthen up through right leg and lengthen up through left leg. So let's find our staff pose. There's space between your back and the back of the chair because you want your core to be working here. Flex our feet and then glue those feet together. So glue them together. Feet are super flexed, lengthen up through our arms, and let's hold this staff pose for 3 deep breaths. Inhale, and let that air out. And inhale, and let that air out. And inhale, and let that air out. Release those arms down, and you can release those legs, shake that out. Let's bring our right leg in and give that a big hug. So hug that right leg in. Maybe you feel a nice release of pressure in that hip flexor. Take our left arm, wrap it around the right, and twist to the right side. Breathing as you twist here. And then let's twist towards the inside. And back to center. Now we're going to just cross. So just cross the leg. Sit this up tall here, roll our shoulders back. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Lengthen up through our fingertips. So sitting this up tall, legs are crossed, beginning to go into our piriformis. Let's go ahead and release our arms down. And now we're going to change it. So we're going to take that ankle onto thigh. So slowly getting that hip ready. Sit this up tall. Finding where you're able to go today before your shoulders start to round, so that when we do our breathing, you know where to go. So finding, that's as far as I can go today. All right, so let's sit it up nice and tall, shoulders down and back. Inhale deep here, and exhale, hinge to that spot. Inhale, sit it up tall. And exhale, hinge forward, and maybe you can go a little bit further than you just did. Maybe not. It's kind of hold your breath like I was just doing. Inhale and lift it up. And exhale, hinge this forward. And then one more time. Inhale, sit it up. And exhale, hinge. Hold in this hinge. Keep our shoulders down and back. And breathe. And then sit it up very tall. Good. Let's take it into shoelace. So let's take that foot across. That heel goes to the corner, the left corner of the chair. Let's wrap that left arm around that right leg again, and let's twist it over to the right. Breathe. And then twist it towards the inside. And bring that back to center again. If you can, bring that in, give it a little bit of a hug, and then go ahead and release that out. Let's do staff pose, 3 breaths. So making sure there's space between your back and the back of the chair. Lengthen through our legs, both of them, flex through our feet, and then glue our feet together. Lengthen up through our arms. Let's do 3 breaths. Inhale here. And then exhale. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Release our arms down and release those legs. Good. Let's bring our left leg in. Give that a big hug. Just hug that close. And you can sit up against the back of the chair. Go ahead and take our right arm, wrap it around that left, twist it to the left. Breathe. And then twist it towards the inside, so twist it to the right. And bring this back to center. Let's cross the legs. So just cross that, reach up through our arms. So lengthen up through this. Nice cross, getting the hips ready. Inhale. And air out. Good, release our arms down. And then let's bring that left ankle to that right side. Sitting this up and finding, again, what your space where your body's going to let you go without rounding the shoulders. So finding that point of resistance. And then let's go ahead and sit this up and we'll add in our breathing. So sitting up nice and tall, inhale, exhale, hinge forward. Inhale up tall and exhale, hinge. Inhale up tall and exhale, hinge. Inhale up tall and exhale, hinge forward, and let's hold it here, breathe it here, a few breaths as you hold. And then go ahead and bring this up. Good, let's go into shoelace. So take that left heel to the right corner of the chair. And let's wrap our right arm around our left leg, twist it to the left. Breathe. And twist it towards the inside. And bring this back to center, and then go ahead and uncross that. Shake that out. Inhale, sweep our arms up, and exhale, press down. And again, inhale, sweep those arms up, and exhale, press down. Good. Let's give our right leg the seat of the chair. Take our left leg off to the side. And let's see. If you want to use a block for our supported pigeon, go ahead and put that by the right side of your chair. So finding that left leg off to the side, lengthen up through that torso, reaching up through this. Feels good. Let's go ahead and drop that left hand to the left thigh. Reach over with that right arm. Windmill that arm down. So right arm goes down, reach over with the left. Bring this back to center. Now we focused on some spinal twists today, so we're going to keep going with that. Press our palms together and let's go ahead and twist it to the left. Oh yeah. And then bring it back to center and twist it to the right. Good, back to center, twist it to the left. Now feeling that in the inner thigh and back to center, twist it to the right. And back to center. Good, release that. Let's go ahead and go into our supported pigeon. So toes popped, heel is lifted. Get a slight back bend here. You don't have to have your arms up yet. Oh yeah, nice back bend. And now let's reach up through our arms if it's available to do that little back bend. Lengthen up through this. And then let's go ahead and forward fold. So hands are either on the chair, on your block, or all the way down on the floor. So it's wherever your hip is going to let you go today. So finding that, or even wherever your chair is going to let you go. So finding that supported pigeon right here and breathe. And let's bring ourselves back up, press ourselves up, lengthen up through those arms again. So reach up, so it's that little crescent, forward fold one more time. So let's take it forward, and maybe you can go a little further than you just did. And then go ahead and press ourselves up, that block off to the side. Bring yourself back to center. Take our right leg off to the side. Find our warrior two pose, or our warrior two legs, proud warrior legs. Take our arms up and out. Relax that face, looking over the hand, gazing over that middle finger right there. Lengthen through that. Torso is up tall. Feet are flat to the floor. Breathe it here. Let's go into a reverse warrior. So drop that left hand to the back of the left thigh, right palm up and reach. Peaceful warrior, reverse warrior. Breathe. And then let's go side angle pose. So take our arm onto that right thigh, right arm, right thigh, and reach that left arm over. Now that left arm bicep is going to go right onto that forehead or right by that ear. And then go ahead and bring this back up. Good, back into that proud warrior. Holding here and breathe. Good, release those arms. And you can release those legs, shake that out. Good. Let's give our left leg the chair and then take a block the left side of the chair. If you want to use that for our pigeon, take our left leg up onto the chair, take our right leg off to the side. And opening that up. Good. Lengthen up through those arms, reach up. And let's go ahead and drop our right hand to the right thigh, reach our left arm. And let's windmill that left arm down, reach that arm over, right arm over. And then go ahead and bring this back to center. Let's bring our hands together, palms together, twist it to the right and back to center and twist it to the left and back to center. I know my hip is like frozen because I can barely turn. Go ahead and twist to the right. Oh, more stretching. Bring this back to center, twist to the left and back to center. Good, release that. Let's go into that supported pigeon. Turning towards that chair, toe is popped, heel is lifted, lengthen, slide back in here. And then let's go ahead and reach this forward fold. So hands on the chair, on the block, or all the way down to the floor. And then let's bring ourselves back up. Slide back down here. Reach up through this. Press it. And then forward fold it again. Taking that down. And then go ahead and bring that up. So let's take that block off to the side, and then let's take our left leg off to the side. Bring ourselves warrior two legs. On the side, bring our arms up. Relax that face, gazing over that left hand, right over that middle finger. Lengthen through this. Nice and strong. Breathing here. Let's drop our right hand to the back of the right thigh, left palm up, peaceful warrior. And let's take this into side angle. So bring that left arm to left thigh, right arm comes up and over, bicep resting on the forehead or on that ear. And then bring ourselves back up, proud warrior. Breathe here. Good, and release that. Very nice. Bring ourselves forward. Get those legs out. Good. Bring yourself forward onto the front of the chair. And we're going to do a little bit of strengthening for the legs. So let's find ourselves in a forward fold right here. Actually, yes, and using those blocks right in front of you. So we're going to press into our feet, press into those hands, and lift our glutes up off of the chair. So let's go ahead and press this up and lift those glutes up. So now we are in a full forward fold. That feels good. Relax that head, relax that neck. Maybe nod, yes, and shake no. Good. Take a seat, sit up tall, lengthen up through our legs. Release this down, forward fold, so we're hinging at the hip, hands to blocks, lift those glutes up. So forward fold. So we're doing a forward fold into a staff pose, and we're going to do a few of these. Take ourselves back down, lift up, staff pose. Release this down, take it into forward fold. Take a seat, lift it up, staff pose. Take this down, hinge it forward, forward fold. Two more, take a seat, lift this up, staff pose. And then bring this down, hinge forward, forward fold. One more time, take a seat, pick it up, staff pose. Release this down, hinge it forward, forward fold. Hold this forward fold here. Relax that head again, nod that head yes, and shake that head no. Take a seat once again. Let's take our legs wide here and then forward fold it again. We're going to do a standing forward fold with wide legs. So let's press into our feet, press into our hands, lift our legs up. So wide forward fold. Trying to get those legs as wider than the chair. Maybe nod that head yes, shake that head no. Take a seat again and sit this up tall. Take this forward, lift those glutes up. So same thing that we just did, but without the staff pose, without those staff legs and with wide legs. So taking a seat again, sit this up tall, hinge this forward, lift those glutes up. Take this down, sit this up tall, take this forward, lift those glutes up. And take this down, sit this up tall, hinge it forward, lift those glutes up. Hold this here, relax the head and neck, nod the head, shake that head. Good, take our hands right to our hip crease and let's slowly bring ourselves up. So our head's been low, slowly bring this up and you can scoot that chair off to the side that we want our legs to stay wide. And you can have those blocks close to you because we might use those. Got our legs and take them a little bit wider now. Let's go ahead and take our toes slightly inwards, right there. Good. Sweep our arms up. Let's dive it down and over. So wide leg forward fold and even wider this time. Relax that. Hands back to hip crease. Bring ourselves up. Let's take our right foot to the right side of the room. Left foot, left toe in at an angle. Proud warrior. Lengthen through that leg. And we're going to tip over into triangle. So feel free to use a block here. I love using a block here because it can get a little deeper in that stretch. So in that nice triangle, bring that up. Think about in our triangle, so our torso is lengthened and thinking about twisting that rib cage towards the sky. It can get a little tough if you need some more support. For that support, maybe you're able to open it up a little bit more, but not letting the arm fall back, keeping that arm right above. Breathe into this triangle. Such a good stretch. And then let's go ahead and bring ourselves back up. Warrior two, proud warrior. Bend that front knee. And then let's go into a warrior one. We haven't done a warrior one yet today. So hold this warrior one and breathe. Pressing through that left heel, you can get a good left calf stretch. Open this up back to proud warrior, release that front leg, take our toe back to the front, and then forward fold right here. So legs are nice and wide forward fold. Take our hands back to hip crease, bring ourselves up. Good, let's take our left foot to left side, right toe comes in at an angle, or right foot comes in at an angle. Bring our arms up, proud warrior, warrior two. Good. Just finding those nice strong legs. Release our front leg and we're going to tip that torso over. So lengthen up and tip this over. Feel free to use block here. And think about that rib cage, belly button twisting towards the ceiling. Making sure that that arm isn't going way back. It's just right above you. And breathe. Good, let's bring ourselves up, back into proud warrior and bend that front knee. Turn it into warrior one. So those hips are the only thing that are really moving here, just twisting that towards that left knee. Maybe bending that left knee a little bit more. And breathe. Back to warrior two. And bring this up. Bring our feet to the front. We're going to do triangle one more time each side. Let's take our right foot right side of the room, but keep our legs straight, left toe in, and we're going to tip over into triangle once again. So again, feel free to use a block, or if you want to just have that hand follow the shin down. But tipping over, lengthening through that torso, and maybe this side, or maybe this time, because it's our second time through, you might be able to go a little further or a little deeper. And breathe. Looking up towards that hand, breathe. Looking down towards that hand, other hand, breathe. Bring ourselves up, all the way up, release those hands, both toes to the front. And then let's switch. So left foot to the left side, right toe, right foot in, and let's tip it over. So we're going to triangle on this other side. So lengthen through that torso, tip this over, and bring this into that triangle. And again, maybe you're able to go a little further here and keep both of those legs straight. Breathe. Looking up towards that hand, inhale. Looking down towards the other hand, inhale. And bring that head back to neutral. And then let's go ahead and bring ourselves up and release that. Good. Take those blocks off to the side. Let's go ahead and do a tree pose while we're here and standing. So let's find our tree pose, remembering that our first part of tree pose is toe is popped. Second part, foot is out, bringing this up, 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 and up. But trying not to let that foot rest on that knee joint. So finding what is working for you. You can have your hands to heart, or you can have your hands above you. Again, figure out what works for you in that way too. And then looking slightly forward, finding a spot that will help you to keep your balance. Remembering that coming out of the pose is just as strengthening as staying in it the whole time, because you're having to right your body. If you're keep falling out of the pose, that's okay. Let's go ahead and bring our knee forward. So we've got our foot still attached to our leg. Bring that knee forward. And then let's take that foot away, lifting this up. So we are now in a kind of a half staff, so a standing half staff, because we've got our hands to our hearts. If you want, you can lift your arms up, knee is bent, that foot is flexed, holding here in this nice staff pose. Press through that heel. And then release this and release. Shake that out. Sweep our arms up. Dive it down over. Yeah, forward fold. roll this back up one vertebrae at a time. Roll our shoulders down and back. Free pose on the other side. So finding your tree, if you've had it up here on the other side, then you want to try and get it on that other side. So you want it balanced. If you're having a hard time on this side, trying to get your foot to where that one was, then feel free to use the chair to help you get there, and then maybe working on that. So using the support if you need. But because I'm doing opposite you, it was probably the other side that was more difficult. Maybe not. Taking hands to heart, looking slightly forward, and breathe. And bring this knee forward. That foot is still attached to that leg. Lengthen it through our arms. Bring that foot forward. Knee is still bent. So staff pose, having to use that balance the whole time. And now let's flex that foot up in front of us. And then release that, bring it back. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, dive it down and over, forward fold, relax the head and neck. Very nice. Roll this up. IT band stretch. Let's cross the legs over. Flatten through our feet. So flatten through toe, big toe, little toe, press through the heel. Right leg is over. Lift this up. Let's hinge this forward, flatten through that spine. So nice flat back. And then begin to fold it forward. Feel free to use a block here if you would like that for support. You don't have to. But you might be feeling a very good stretch in that back leg. So in that left leg, if you keep pressing that heel towards the inside, towards the arch, and if you keep trying to flatten that foot as much as you can towards the arch, you can feel a really good stretch in the left calf. And then roll this up one vertebrae at a time. Roll shoulders down and back. Good, let's switch sides. So take that across, other side. Flatten through our feet. Big toe, little toe, and heel. Arch. Lift that up. And hinge this forward. Nice flat back, nice table. And then fold it all the way forward. Same thing for this side. If you want that really good stretch in the shin and calf, even in the upper thigh, on the right leg, try and roll that foot. Try and flatten it as much as you can towards the inside, towards the arch. Yeah, this side is feeling today. Breathe it here. Good, roll this up one vertebrae at a time. Roll our shoulders down and back. Good, uncross. Very nice, shake that out. Let's get that chair ready for shoulder stand. So bring that chair over to your mat. Have a block close to you. Bring ourselves down. Take our legs up onto that chair. Bring ourselves forward. Yeah. And then let's take that block underneath the sacrum. So lifting that up, block goes underneath that sacrum, that low back, that nice pelvis bone back there. Very strong pelvic bone. Let's take our arms. Actually, let's go ahead and dead bug our arms. So let's take our arms right above us. Relax those hands. Let those hands just kind of go limp a little bit, but those arms are above us. Let's go ahead and go into a full dead bug. So lift both of our legs right here. So we'll just do dead bug for a second here. I like that. And then release the legs. Good. Release our arms to our sides, palms facing up. You can let this just drop open. And now bring our legs back up into that shoulder stand. If you want to plow here, you can work on taking that plow. If you want to do that even more, you can work on taking that block away and putting your hands on your low back and just doing one leg. There's a lot of ways that you can play with this that are supportive because we've got that chair. So you can do a lot of play with a lot of ways to get into that plow, into working on that shoulder stand, working on that inversion with the legs above the heart. Breathing here. If those legs are shaking, good job. Go ahead and release one leg, release the other leg. Let yourself relax for a moment. Let's take our arms and now palms facing down. So shoulders are rotated inwards. We'll do our shoulder stand one more time. Let's lift a leg and lift the other leg and hold. And then go ahead and release and release. Good. Release that block out from underneath you. Scoot yourself close to that chair once again. Let's take our right ankle to that left thigh. Right hand goes to the inside of the right leg. Press that leg away from you. And then go ahead and release that. Switch sides. Right leg comes up. Left ankle goes to that right thigh. Left hand presses that right leg or that left leg away. And then release that. Good, legs back onto the chair. And go ahead and press that chair or push that chair away. Grab whatever you need for our final relaxation when you get there. When we get there, it'll be a few minutes still. But all right, bringing our legs up, our knees bent. Let's go ahead and take our hands just gently on the tops of the knees, and we're going to flex our feet and make circles with those legs. So imagine crayons are attached to your big toes and crayons are attached to your fingertips and your knees. So you're making all kinds of circles in the air all over the place. And now circle it the other way. So not only is this a good massage and stretch for that back, it's good strengthening too for that torso. So making those circles. Good. Release those legs down. Relax it here for a moment. Have our feet pretty close to our hips, our glutes, and let's take our hands, press them into the floor, take our elbows, press our elbows in our triceps. Let's go into bridge. So lift this bridge up. And that is a good opposing stretch for what we just did with the circles. I'm breathing this here. Good strengthening for that back. Drop that pelvis down. Take our right ankle to our left thigh. Lift that pelvis back up. So single leg lift. And lower this back down. Let's go ahead and lift that up again. Lift this up. And lower this back down. 2 more times like that. Lift the pelvis up. And lower this back down. And 1 more time, lift that pelvis up and lower this back down. Good, release that leg, both legs bridge. So lift the pelvis up, both feet are on the floor. Feels nice with both those feet supporting. And then go ahead and drop that pelvis down. Let's take left side. So left ankle to right thigh, single leg bridge. Let's lift this up. And then lower this down. We've got 3 more. Lift the pelvis up. And then lower it down. We've got 2 more. Lift that pelvis up. And then lower it down. We've got 1 more. Go ahead and lift that pelvis up. And then release that down. Release that left foot. Find that full bridge, press into our feet and lift that pelvis up. I love it because the single leg is really hard, but then when you do the double after you do the single, feel nice. Feel like strong. Go ahead and drop the pelvis back down. Reach behind both knees. Take our chin to chest, forehead to the knees. Make yourself into a ball. And then release right ankle to left leg and reach behind left thigh. And let's pull that in. You can have your upper body up, or if your flexibility is going to let you go, you can let that rest on the floor. Barely for me. My hip is barely letting me go down. And then go ahead and release that right leg. Take our left ankle to our thigh, reach behind right thigh, go ahead and pull that in towards you, or you can let yourself lay down. Yeah, this side works. Other side did not. Breathe here. And then go ahead and release and release. So bring our legs together, keep our knees bent. Let's drop both of our knees over to the right side. Just dropping these over to the right side. Left arm or both arms are in a T. Let's look to the left. Now, if you went a little bit further here, you can straighten that left leg. And now get a bigger stretch in the back of that left leg. And then go ahead and bring yourself back to center. Drop both of those knees over to the other side, looking to the right, and you could take that top leg over, that right leg over. And then bring this back to center. And we will move into final relaxation. So grab whatever you need, grab your eye pillow, regular pillow, blankets. And then find yourself in a lengthened pose. So lengthening through those legs, lengthening through our arms, fingers towards one end of the room, reaching those toes and heels towards the other end. Make that body nice and long, almost like somebody's trying to pull your arms out of their sockets. Somebody else is trying to pull those legs away from those arms. So pulling through that torso, lifting that rib cage. Inhale. With that air in your lungs, your rib cage, your body is floating even higher. And then with that exhale, allow yourself to begin to sink and settle. Deflate, deflate, deflate. Let those feet fall open. Arms open off to the side. Beginning to do that body scan and beginning to relax. Allowing that face to be heavy. With that eye pillow over those eyes, maybe that weight, the gentle weight of that pressure over the eyes feels really good. And the nose, relax your jaw, relax your mouth and your neck. Arms are relaxed. After working hard today, relax the chest, the back, the rib cage, the belly. Think about that belly sinking towards the spine. Pelvis relaxed, glutes, quadriceps, front thighs relax. Relax those knees and the calves, and the shins, and the feet. Few moments here. Slow your breathing. And slowly, staying relaxed if you can. I don't know if you guys can hear the car alarm in the background, but I'm hoping that wasn't too loud. Go ahead and bend those knees, still relaxing though. And then let's drop our knees over to your most comfortable side and take yourself on your side into the fetal position. Relax it here. And then very slowly, let's bring ourselves up into a seated pose. And slip that up tall. That feels good. Let's sweep our arms up nice and big. Bring those hands together and let's take our palms down. Eyes follow our fingers, take our chin to chest. Lift that head to center, take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth, taking our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Bring our hands to heart. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Deep inhale and let that air out. One more time, deep inhale and air out. And have a blessed day. We'll see you guys on Thursday.